Okay, great. Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining. I thought that we slowly start structuring these so that at least whoever is actively working, we're able to get everyone's updates and also help in any way. Of course, we all are progressing with various things and trying to sort of also communicate better. But just as a disclaimer, I wanted to sort of say that as well. But trying to do these smaller calls with specific gap requirements if needed. And oh, sorry, Sharif. Yeah. Yeah. So for the gaps and things like that. But just to get started, what I wanted to actually do is share the Notion page with some of with you guys, which I'm trying to actually just quickly again take you through. Just give me a moment. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah. So just sharing my screen. One moment. This is still work in progress as we speak because there's some more things getting added to Notion. But trying to work around how we can have access to some of the basic things over here while the documentation is coming through. I'm hoping today, tomorrow, we should have the final, at least some level of detailed documentation also from the team in Bangalore. And we're also working on certain things over here. But just to take you guys through Notion, this will be just like a basic page for the lab coordinators to have a sense of, if anybody is joining, if you want to handhold some of the folks, you can also access some of these links over here. The major links that I wanted to actually show in this Notion page was also one, of course, the Telegram hub. So in the case that you guys are from specific states, I know that Delhi is very active. I do know that a few other states are active on the Telegram, but if all of us can possibly get all the other labs organized on these chats, that will be great for the specific states. So that'd be fantastic to get the community also going. So I will just I think at the moment, I think Arjun was handling Delhi. I think even Ankur's on the call, who's also active on Delhi. I think on Telangana, I think Bhanu is consolidating at the moment. And I know that Pune, I have Anurag and a few others who are also working, I think Karan and everyone else. So if folks on this call, if you guys can possibly take up charge for your state level coordination as well in the beginning, just to get everyone on the page, and that'll be really great. So this is access to those links as well over here on Telegram. And the other one that I think is an important one is the GitHub repositories. So what we've done is that we've put the different GitHub things that are getting put up on GitHub over here as well. So you can also see these at the moment to sort of get started with the documents and things like that. For example, this one is of course the Oxykit main GitHub page on Makers Asylum, where we've added information, at least the basic information that we had. And this is again the Fractalworks, the LabVIEW testnet for advanced types for fine tuning. Kiran, could you mute? Okay, thank you. And then this was also, I think Ashish had also done the DIY oxygen analyzer. And I think even Karan has one, which I've not put yet. And this was another one which was on the flow meter 3D designs as well. So all of this is put here. I'm trying to put more as I get more information. And this could also be accessed via the labs at the moment. In addition to that, what I've also done over here is I've added some of the lab coordinator meet calls and the links to that, so that somebody, if you're new, you can join and you can also see what we've spoken about earlier and stuff like that. And we also have some FAQs over here listed. Oh, Banu, yeah, it's there, right? 1 second. I think it's taking time to load, but there are some FAQs in the document for, of course, labs who are just about starting and things like that. And a couple of links to the meetings and things that we can sort of access to. And I'm trying to make this more comprehensive with a few other members who are also contributing and trying to structure more training calls and sessions. For example, I do know that Bhanu has also joined. I do know that a bunch of you were also requesting for the LabVIEW, live training session, if somebody could do it. And I'm just trying to sort of figure the timing out and structure it so that more people can also come on that call for the fine tuning that's specifically for advanced labs. And hopefully this page is populated better, and I'll start sharing this pretty soon. I was targeting tonight, but yeah, but hopefully by tomorrow, at least with a few more things. The idea will be to share it with the lab coordinators so that you have access to this, so that you can also, if you have any initial glitches in terms of doing things, that is, this is something that can be useful, like a one-stop kind of shop for certain basic information, at least to start with. In addition to that, for example, a couple of labs were also requesting for volunteers in their cities in the case that they did not have access to volunteers. So just to let all of you know as well, I do have a list of folks that have signed up on the Airtable form for the M19 Collective. So I'm just going to quickly share that with you as well, just to take you through the whole thing that I have on the back end. So I have this form. So in the case that you want us to, help you with more with more people, more resources and things like that, I can start, also reaching out to folks in your region and get them connected to you. For example, last week, at the last couple of days back, Gorba in Bombay had, same issue with volunteers coming in and things like that, and he did not have people. So I did reach out to the Mumbai group on this. So if you see, there are like about, oh, wow. There's about almost like 700 people on this list now, and they're from different parts of the country. And all of them have sort of offered specific skills as well that they can, do in terms of what they can offer to their collective. So, of course, on a daily basis, I'm trying to sort of get them onboarded. But in case if you have specific requirements of certain folks that you need in your lab, etc., I'm happy to sort of do the outreach from our end to get you that resource. So please let me know if that is required, and I can, sort of access this larger database and, try to connect more people in your region with your lab as well. So that's another thing I wanted to sort of share with everyone in the case they're having issues on that. And I do also have the lab registration page over here, where we do know where we are tracking everyone's progress in terms of where they are. So we're trying to reach out to most of the labs so that, we do understand if they're active, if they're, sort of not onboarded, and if they are onboarded, where they are. For the not onboarded labs, we're trying to sort of structure one more trainings kind of session where we could do more things, but please allow me more time on that so that I can get that process started. The biggest hindrance at the moment is that we're also doing the testing on the final version that can also, be the final BOM. Hopefully going forward is what we're trying to sort of get at. And before that, everything that, of course, we are all discussing and doing is also sort of, uh, you know, um, sometimes, I mean, that could be repetitive once the final BOM is finalized. So just waiting for the next couple of days for that to happen as well, so that the onboarding and, the information flow can be better. Because at least then all the new labs that are coming in or are getting onboarded have access to lesser number of complications in engineering and things like that, that already all of us have been working towards in the last 2 to 3 weeks now. So so that's why I'm just tracking all of this and hoping that in the next couple of days there's better documentation in place. I've also sent something which is around the construction data. So there's a little form. So if you're in the advanced prototyping phases of your prototype, this is just a construction data of your prototype. So in the case, just to understand what people are working with across board. And we're also putting together like the testing and the analysis data, which I'll be sharing soon, so that we just can track like, build versus the analysis, as well as to what kind of outputs are coming in on different devices across board. So if you can, if you can fill this out, this will be great. I will also share this on the group, and I'm just going to stop sharing over here. Sorry, 1 second. I'll just share on the construction data. Yeah, so this is the construction data. So just from a perspective of I do know there is a little communication lag, and trying our best to sort of get everything in order. So just wanted to start this call so that we can at least keep catching up, even if they're smaller groups, to get more coordinated. So that's a little bit of update from my end, from what we've been tracking at the back end and stuff like that. And I'm happy to facilitate whatever I can. The other thing that we were discussing today, and one of the labs wanted to sort of do, is structure the training and onboarding process. And they're also working with, I think, Bhanu. Hopefully they'll get in touch with him in Hyderabad to start that off for Telangana labs. So just trying to get the communication in place. But this is a quick update from my end. And electricity is back in Goa, so we're a little better now, and progressing well. Today we also had actually a doctor drop off 3 oxygen concentrators which have not been working on the ground. So I don't know, I think they're the Chinese ones or whatever. And we've been fixing those because that's becoming a larger problem as well. So just got a sneak peek into these other concentrators as well on the ground and what's going on with them. So we were just doing that as well today. So yeah, that's a quick update from my end. Would love to keep this call a little open-ended rather than with an agenda, but would love to hear from everyone at the moment. Where do you stand? What do you need? And how we can help, if all of us can help in whatever way as a group. Okay, anyone could go ahead, please. I'm done with my updates.
Hi, Richa.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Richa, regarding meeting that we had, I discussed about funding for the control. Any update? I mean, we need to have a separate meeting for that or something, and just let me know.
On that funding piece, we can have a separate conversation. Sorry, I was a little caught up, but I'll just also, you can text me on, or actually, let me find some time and we can take that offline. That's not an issue. Vivian, we'll take that up separately. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? I mean, I think we all.
Fine.
Yeah, I'll have a chat with you on that separately. I think Jarity, I think somebody got in touch with me from Dehradun, by the way, today on the certification.
Yeah, that's Ayush.
Huh.
And he actually connected with the, Central Board, National Board for Certification.
NABL, yeah.
And yeah, he basically requires like test results and from you guys.
So he needs what? He needs only like data sets, or okay. So we can provide that as well. So that's not an issue. And there's some more other advanced prototypes as well that we can possibly give him data sets for. But will they not do a physical kind of testing on the device?
I'm not sure, but if you send in the data, then he can have a word with them again, okay. And we will get back to you on that.
Okay, sure. I think
I think like what he was saying was he wants to like keep you guys in the loop for this only, like, and I think he'll have I'll ask him to have a separate call with you on that.
Yeah, I am in touch. I'm in touch on the Telegram group as well.
Yeah.
So I was also, I don't know if anybody over here has any insights on this, but what I do understand is that a lot of the ethics committee of the hospitals can also take a call because it's a non-invasive device. So I was just wondering that if anybody has a letter of intent from a hospital, like I'm also working on my piece, but if anybody gets a letter of intent from a hospital saying that they are willing to sort of test it out on the ground, that'll also be a great sort of paperwork. If at all, if anybody has that, that'll be great. We were just discussing this on the certification piece. So if anybody over here would have, yeah, Abhimanyu, go ahead.
यार क्या कहते हैं हॉस्पिटल्स से जो क्लिनिकल टेस्टिंग करा रहे हो ना तुम लोग तो
हाँ.
उनके पास तो इक्विपमेंट ही नहीं होंगे टेस्ट करने के लिए कैलिब्रेट करने के लिए लैब में जाके NABL करेगा यार वो.
But NABL is only asking us for data, so that's what we'll have to check, right? So NABL Subjaga does not do the same kind of testing, so it has to be specific lab. So we'll have to find that out.
Hospital people don't have that sophisticated equipment to test your stuff, yaar.
No, no, that we understand. That's not an issue, but it's also that a bunch of these larger group of hospitals do have a sense of, the testing on the ground as well. Some of them do have access. So we're just trying to figure out how to do this, right? So it's a conversation that everybody's having.
Like Anul told me that the best way is to reach out to NABL nearest lab. They have all their centers in all over India, and they have all those instruments out there. You can go to their lab and check it out.
So I was just wondering.
But Abhimanyu, are there some standards that you want to highlight that these tests we should do even in our labs, that somehow if somebody from the higher authorities wants to step in, then we should be sure that these values are there?
Yeah, because what happens with the NABL lab, I know that because we were trying this last year as well with a lot of these things, because NABL does not have equipment everywhere to do these, the specific testing, like for example, the flow rate or the LPM and all that kind of stuff, and say pressure testing and all of that. It's not in all labs. So there's been specific labs, and that's why the issue is because sab jagah pe sara testing nahi hota hai. So that's another thing. So we're trying to figure out, but I think from Dehradun, this person is in touch with the director of NABL centrally. So hopefully we'll be able to figure out where it can happen. Fair, but point taken. And I think certification is a very complex conversation as well. So I think at any point, we'll have to find ways to sort of get that done quickly as well. So Agar, I'm going to talk to Jaradi's acquaintance, and then I'm going to work on that. But if anybody has any better understanding, that'll also be really useful.
He's working with us, Ayush.
Sorry?
Like he's working, like everyone's working together on this.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So we all will have to share as we go along. So hopefully we'll get to it soon. Anyway, so just to just go down the table in terms of updates from everywhere and any issues that everyone's facing on the ground, please highlight so that I can also make notes of it and try to figure out ways to get the gaps filled.
Hey, Richard, this is Bhanu.
Yeah,
hi. So we were speaking with the Hyderabad-based labs yesterday, and Rohan from T-Works is the one who's, or their team has progressed the most. They're having issues with the moisture separation, and I believe they've reached out to folks in Goa already. So if it's already happening with the support, it's great. Basically, we are relying on his design basically in Hyderabad, and once it's final, we plan to replicate it.
And I think one more thing, Bhanu, because T-Works is such a well-connected ecosystem in Telangana. I'm 100% sure that they can get their certifications also pretty quickly, right? Or have access to the conversation. So would it be possible for you to also have that conversation with T-Works to sort of see what are the options over there as well? Because while they're progressing, they also have a lot of access to government in general, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
just you could
I got it.
understand from them in terms of certifications in Hyderabad and what is their approach. That'll also be very helpful for us.
Sure, Isha. I'll find out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, great. Krishna, Deepika, you guys, how's it progressing in Chennai?
So we have some tech problems. Like, I mean, one of the ICs is working, one of it is not working because our wall got damaged or something recently. And we also had like a small explosion. It's like a quite good experience though. And yeah, apart from that, in terms of coordinating with others in Tamil Nadu, so we have a set of channels in Slack channel, and we're trying to invite people.
Okay.
And I also spoke to a few other labs, which was, I mean, who were finding difficult to get started because of the lockdown.
Yeah.
So that's what is the status. But I'm yet to call others and try to get them on board into the Slack channel and start conversations.
Okay. So that's great. So at least Tamil Nadu, you guys are on track on that. I think Vanu is doing that for Telangana at the moment, and I think Delhi is also in progress. If somebody could give me an update from some other state at the moment that I'm not aware of and it's going well. Jarity, just quick question. In Uttarakhand, you guys are all like all of you are in touch, like all the labs?
So there are 2 labs. We were in the beginning in touch, but I think we had to because there was a lockdown and different approaches.
Sure.
So we kind of just got a place and jumped in and started prototyping. I think they're digitally prototyping, as in terms of the making the sieves in through 3D printing. And we're trying, like we're gonna get in touch with them in terms of like, we have this much, you guys have like that, we can like test it out together.
Yeah, if you could just like get the other labs in sync, maybe just if you guys can communicate on a channel together, that'll be really amazing in Uttarakhand, so that we just have everyone sort of communicating at least, irrespective of how the approaches are, but it'll be good to just be in touch, I guess. So if you can do that, that'll be fantastic. Okay, great. So then I just want to check with Gokul actually. So, hey Gokul, hi. How's the progress at Forge?
Hey, thank you. I think we have Vinod. I've been out for a week for a family emergency, so I'm not in touch with my team. Okay. But I know we developed everything. We're running into some issue where our concentration is around 60. But I think we still need to waiting for an analyzer to actually validate if our oxygen sensor is correct. And I think that is the bottleneck, and probably the zeolite we used is not 0.3 to 0.8. It might be a little bigger than what the normal specification. Probably that could also be a cause. Maybe we want to get some feedback, how people have solved and how do we go from here. And we also looked at TCE prototype and see how do we take it from here, things like that. Hey, Vinod, are you on the call?
Yeah.
Go.
Can you chime in if I missed anything and give a quick update on and the bottlenecks we have?
What I found out is like for the 1.5 to 2.5 zeolites to work in the PSI units, the minimum pressure they put in is at 65 PSI. So that is what they are doing. So since we cannot go like beyond 35 to 40 PSI in our system, so then we may not be able to achieve more than 80% at the max, 70 to 80% at the max, even if we fine tune it with that size of zeolite. So probably we already have one more set of zeolite, which is 0.4 to 0.8 mm. But before replacing that, I wanted to make sure that my zeolite is not going to get spoiled because of moisture. So today I tested what is the moisture level we are getting in the compressed air. We are able to get it to a level of 6.8%. And at the ambient, it was somewhere around 53 to 55%.
Okay, so one quick thing on that, Vinod. I think Krishna, are you guys in touch with Forge as well? Because they're in Coimbatore, so I'm just wondering, you guys are all in touch with each other?
No, I mean, we haven't had a conversation on this, but then I'm in touch with Vinod, who's also part of Forge.
Okay. Okay, great. No, I was just cross-checking if you guys are all in sync. But Vinod, I think thanks for the update. And I think the other conversation that we've been having today is also on testing out a lithium-based zeolite, because I think sodium has some of its challenges, and we're trying to sort of work around and see if we can get some lithium-based and check it out on the metal sieves that we've done over here to see what kind of output that's coming. But I think at least we were discussing internally that possibly lithium could be more effective because it is in general a better zeolite as well. So trying to test that out as well in the next 1 or 2 days. But if anybody has tried out lithium, do let us know and getting results. So
one more point that between lithium and sodium, there is not much difference in moisture absorption. Both will absorb equally. That is what I understand. So, like if you want to solve the moisture absorption problem, if you're going for lithium, that is not going to help you there. The only place where it is going to help us with less volume of lithium, you'll be able to make more concentrated oxygen.
Structurally as well, right? Because the units are very large when you're using.
Yeah, you can go for a compact.
Yeah, so just from that perspective as well, and then and also some parts of it is also the. Of course, I'm not the best person to talk about engineering, but I think it's also a combination of the compressor and the zeolite structure to some extent.
So, the important thing about zeolite is, do you have the data sheet of that lithium based?
We have the data sheet, as in yeah, we're checking on the data sheet, so we're trying to figure out 1 or 2 more sourcing of lithium also.
So I've been trying to say this many times. Instead of buying the first step while buying zeolite is, don't make the payment unless or until you have the data sheets, the isotherms, all those things. Because if someone provides those details to you, that means he's the manufacturer, all right, and that there won't be any middleman, all right.
Right. Yeah, we're going with that method, Abhimanyu. Thank you. Yeah, but just for everyone's reference as well. Okay. Quickly, just to go around the table, anyone else would like to add or update?
Hey, Richa, quick question. I don't know if it's the right time or we take it at the end. We want to know how we can proceed. Or is there a standardization you guys achieved? What have we learned from? What can we learn from other labs? Given where we are.
Yeah, so Gokul, we're doing a bunch of we're trying to collect some data as well from everywhere to understand the construction, the outputs and things like that of at least the prototypes that are in advanced stages. So just working on that piece of information. But at the same time, we're also working on the second version, at least for us, and a few other labs, one in Bangalore as well, is working on version 2, which we are hoping that could be the final documented version. That could also possibly go out in terms of at least what we've learned on the ground. So trying to work on the documentation and all that as we speak. Like I said, the BOM is still not finalized from our end. We're still on the lab testing phase at the moment. So it's still a little unstructured communication, at least for us so far, but trying to get that organized in the next couple of days.
Sure. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, great. Makerspace, you guys in Pune, you wanted to say something, right, at that time?
We had contacted with Karan and we are working with him.
Okay.
Also, we have 2 to 3 labs in the rural areas of Maharashtra, which are connected to a school, which are connected to our school, Jnana Prabodhini. So we have also sent the details about the this initiative, and they will be also start working on this because they also have all the requirement tools and machines, so they will be starting also.
Okay, nice. That sounds great. Awesome. Thanks for the update. So yesterday's call sort of helped connecting, so that's great. Some labs are reporting numbers here. Abhimanyu and Vijay maintain this, I think. Yeah, I think that's Abhimanyu's sheet, the Jamboard. Okay, I'll also take a look at that. Okay, perfect. Anyone else would like to go before I also call it for the evening? For everyone's reference, this call is just more from a perspective of getting more coordinated as we go along. So just scheduling this every alternate day to just catch up with everyone.
Hi, this is Johnny here.
Yeah, hi, Johnny.
Hi, so I was just trying to check with you. Is there any previous lab or hub that has been registered in Kerala?
I can't hear you very well. Johnny, where are you located? Could you tell me?
Hi, is it better now?
Yeah, a little better.
Hello.
Could you tell me where are you
Yeah, I
located?
was just hi. I'm in Kerala, Trivandrum actually. So I was just checking whether anybody there in Kerala has registered with me. Any hub is currently.
Yeah, one second. I will just tell you. And maybe I can put you in touch with someone. We have about 7 spaces in Kerala at the moment. I think Atul has been active. Vivian also, of course, it says Kerala, but I think he's working out of Dubai at the moment. And there are a few more labs. What I can do is I can possibly put you in touch with Atul. Atul has been active and he's been sourcing, and he's in Kottayam at the moment. So I can connect you with him for the beginning, and then we can take it from there. And Bhanu's also send you the Kerala link on the chat, so you can also join that group. Yeah. Ankur, you want to say something?
Okay.
After this point, it's a separate point, so I don't want to confuse it.
Okay, cool. Amazing. I think some more people are joining in. So
but I think now's the time. That's it.
Okay, go for it.
So what I've been trying to do is I was working with Hemkund Foundation recently. They have a lot of concentrators and cylinders. So we're doing it in oxygen saver. And they found an issue with mapping demand as to where do we plan for, where do we send these things, where do we provide for our resources. So we immediately came up with a dashboard where we are tracking Hemkund conversations online. And so the same thing brought me to what are we doing in terms of how do we roll out? Let's say in a week or two, we have these machines in different centers coming about. Then what's the rollout plan? If that could be made aware with the other communities, there are a lot of people trying to come up with, so we don't want things to be, mismatched and 2 or 3 suppliers or 2 or 3 providers coming in to one patient, etc.
Right.
Rural is the need right now. Delhi has sort of crossed its peak, but the northeast is where it's an upward sort of graph right now. So
is this like Ankur? Is this like a public dashboard do you have, or and how are you guys tracking the demand? Like, because couple of things that we were also discussing in an early conversation was around how do you verify these demands and all of that kind of stuff. So is there like a process in place at the moment?
So we're not looking at individuals and trying to reach out to them. What we're doing is, this is a geographic map. If I can share my screen, I have one open right
I'll
here.
just allow.
Yeah.
1 second, just hold on. I would have to cue the host, I guess. 1 second, just hold it.
I'll try to locate the emails that I've been sending them.
Okay, I've made you the host, so you can also,
Okay.
yeah, then just pass it on to me. You can share right now.
Yeah. So this is a tool called Talkwalker that I used to use in public relations. So what I've done is I'm tracking any conversation online which has the word have within 4 words of concentrators, and connecting that to any conversation which has the word have near cylinder. That's in the color purple and color pink and purple, and Hemkund Foundation in the third. In the last 1 day, this is the map of all conversations.
Interesting.
So what they're able to see is how these conversations move over time. Over 7 days, Hemkund Foundation was not that present. They've just started about 2.5 weeks ago. Over 7 days, when you average it, you see that Delhi primarily has quite a few concentrators now, because pink represents have concentrators. Then need concentrators is purple, and you see Bangalore, Telangana, Tamil Nadu is sort of cropping up, and not all of these are verified. The way I verify it is by identifying what conversation makes sense and what do not. And anyway, this is just supposed to be indicative. Ideally, we would want to reach Kerala's dashboard level, where in each pin code, we are able to identify how much resources are present. And this right now is just about oxygen.
And is this also just like, is this on social media at the moment that you're sort of crawling?
Everything from any news channel, Twitter, Google, Facebook, everything. But right now, if I give you a split of all the media types, it is primarily heavily skewed towards Twitter. But Twitter is also a very rapidly updated platform, so it's not too bad to look at. But I was just saying that I wanted to map this geographic map versus the Makers Asylum geographic map as to where all are we present, and then let people know that you've got to pick things from one place and take it to the other. You don't need to travel all over the country. Something within your state is present.
That's awesome, because I have a lot of data around the registered labs, at least, that are active, that you can possibly incorporate on your map as well. So we can see the supply demand, at least potential supply demand.
Right. When the Delhi speak started sort of tapering off, we realized that there are quite a few teams and quite a few organizations who are doing the same thing. So even the oxygen plants that are there in Narayana and Jampura, etc., they've sort of emptied out. They've been taken over by Delhi police, and so it's now about taking the solutions from here to different places where demand just crops up, and sort of do an antivirus game on top of the virus game. So let's just see.
Okay,
it will be nice. So I just wanted to show it and see if somebody gets
this is very insightful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I'll post my screen. Yeah.
One point, thanks for sharing, Ankur. Richa, we do have a demand form that we have created earlier. We have not yet put that to use. So you could use it as well.
Yeah, I was just also wondering, like, one of the other things that I was just wondering, and I think Ankur's dashboard. So I do understand that urban areas, like the way that we're tracking, right? I mean, there could be blogs, there could be social media, and, obviously because we're more active in the urban areas. I was just wondering what could be the way that you can do something like this in terms of sort of identifying rural area requirements, like, tier 3, tier 4 cities kind of things, and because it's going to move to that kind of a geography as well, right? Eventually in the next wave, and even before that. So just a food for thought maybe, and I don't know, we can have a separate conversation about how that identification of that demand can happen in the remote areas of India as well. So just something that I've been sort of also dabbling with. But before
even I felt that the lab and community connect that we do, if we can sort of force this problem statement there, because a lot of conversations are happening on WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is not traceable. We need to be able to bring it to a level where they can be tracked, and either that or people start filling up a Google form or an Airtable link, which is geotagged. So because all it needs is preparedness. We don't need to physically go out to that person and hand it over. We just need to guide them to the right resource, right? Which should not be that hard. A lot of people have, even Arjun was dabbling with verification as an issue. And now that even if you track the hashtag verified, it has a lot of garbage listings from people who are saying that I have a verified concentrator, which doesn't help. Any resource that you try and make public, it will be hacked. The state of the economy is not too good. So you will have to doubly spend on verification. I would not suggest that. Let's just treat it as indicators so that we are prepared as to
I agree.
Where do we direct information. That's what I learned in the last week.
No, I agree, because the verification is a big challenge, especially. And I've seen that in the last year as well, when we were doing a lot of the face shield work and all of that. It was easier from that perspective because there were, hospitals could come in and talk about that. But, at the moment also hospitals, their communication is not the best because they're also very overloaded and stuff like that. So fair enough. But this is great. Thank you for sharing, Ankur. I'm just going to go to Amit quickly before I close. Amit, you want to say something?
Yeah. Hi, Richa and everyone. I am Dr. Amit from Indore. We are an educational institute, and sorry to say we are riding this bus a bit late. But just to request you, Makers Asylum and everyone out there, And Indore, things are a bit stricter, and till 1st of June, everything is closed. Only that milk wala are allowed, the vegetables and all. So we are yet to start. So I request some of you to just jump in and have the central region network. And otherwise, we are quite active. Ours is a very reputed institute, and we are into all those networking for plasma, for oxygen bed. But for oxygen concentrator, we on our own have developed, but we are facing that the same problem of flow meter and so
Fair. So doctor,
need some help.
Yeah. No, I was saying, doctor, so for that, actually, I think Abhi is not on the call, but actually Abhi is also from Indore, if I'm not wrong, Bhanu. Is Abhi also sort of guiding one of the labs in Indore, no?
Yeah.
So actually, Abhi,
right.
Abhi Patidar is he's pretty good in the sense that he's been part of the collective since the beginning, and he's also been prototyping in Seattle and Indore through one of his other labs over here in India. And Abhi is pretty well versed in terms of the entire engineering as well. So what I can do, if Bhanu, if you can just also possibly connect Amit and Abhi, that'll be a good starting point, right, for Indore? Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that.
That will be best. That will be best. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay,
please ping me on Telegram. I'll ping my Telegram group, Telegram link in the chat.
Yeah, Amit, if you yeah, that'll be
sure. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just connect you over there. So just from a point of view of just connecting the dots, we're working in the background. So if anybody has anything to be anyone to be connected with or any gaps, please do reach out to me, Bhanu. We do have a sense of who's where. So, and we do know what's happening a little bit at least. So overall, in terms of that perspective, so happy to, you know, get that coordination going from our end. So Sharif, yes, go for it.
Yeah, I want to know the active labs in Andhra Pradesh, like who are.
Andhra? Yeah, sure. Again, I will just ask you to connect to Bhanu on this. He has all the information at the back end. So Bhanu can also help you with that data.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Richard, one quick question. This is Gokul here. So how do you guys take in the TCE prototype? Or is that something we should look at? Or is that like more or less similar? There are only 2 or 3 components changed, right? And they've given that if you follow by specification, it is going to work. Is anyone tried in our lab, embraced that design or not yet?
So couple of things on that, Gokul. I mean, we were going through the TCE, you know, approach. And I mean, while of course, I think, I don't know in what conditions are they also working, because there could be like ambient better conditions also on the ground that they've been working on. So not 100% sure that piece of information is out, but what we do understand is, of course, they've sort of done that design, but that again, that design is not a scaled version of the design, right? It's still a prototype on the wood and things like that. So we just, I think all of us have gone beyond that part a little bit to, you know, go back to that, I guess. So what we're trying to sort of really do is work around the more scalable design that we can, at least for now, because their testing has also not happened at like continuously over the days, right? Because they've made the prototype and it's still, the results are, they're still testing, right? And that's what they stand at the last couple of days, at least what I understand. So I think it's more or less the same progress from a perspective of what has happened with the other labs and us also in the collective versus TCE. So I think it's pretty much on the same level. What we've done now is to move on to the version 2, which hopefully can be a little bit better design as well to, you know, sort of progress and scale this up. So that's where we at. So although I think it's more or less the same stuff that all of us are doing at the moment. So not distinctively different.
Okay, cool. No, I just wanted to make sure before somebody venture into that and going into the same route, end up in the same scenario after a few days or a couple of days.
Yeah, because I feel that I don't know, but I mean, this is just my feeling, because if you're sort of doing it in an AC environment, etc., all of that also makes a lot of difference in terms of the outputs, right? Sometimes. So I'm not sure, but I mean, although it's great to sort of see that they've sort of validated some pieces of the design, which is great. So yeah. But great. So what I'm going to do is yes, Abhimanyu.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Gokul.
So I would like to add a point here that there's some places out here in India where the altitude is quite high. So the ambient oxygen in the air is 11% only. So just adding to your points that
Yeah.
India, like the different right parameters and conditions.
Yeah, because we will have to test locally is what, I mean, I think is going to be important. So yeah, Vivian, go ahead.
On that, I had raised a point. The altitude, higher altitude will have a lesser concentration of oxygen. And one of the suggestions I had given was to have a closed loop system, wherein the output is monitored by the oxygen sensor, and accordingly the timing cycles have to be changed to increase the concentration. This is something which requires a lot more research, and I guess Anul and team would be working on that, I think.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to leave the engineering call and the update on a separate call. This is more from a coordination perspective of sort of getting your resources, identification of labs, active individuals in your region, getting everyone up to speed in terms of if there is any resource crunch that we can sort of help, and coordination and connecting you to the right folks in your location. Primarily around that, it's something to just get everyone on page as quickly as we can while we still focus on the second level of the design. So that's from that perspective. So I think the engineering calls, etc., are also focused, have focus groups on Fridays and things like that. So we will get on to those conversations separately. And Abhimanyu, before I close, you want to just say something?
Yeah, can we have those sourcing industrial connect also, like the one that I mentioned you few times back?
Correct.
Like we are having this discussion among these Zeolite industry people and all that, so that they also know what we want, and like that supply chain can also be managed.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort of get connected to the right folks. I think
I have 5 or 6 contacts of people out here in India, factory who are producing Zeolite.
Okay.
So if we can, like, we are doing the lab thing now. So these people also are having difficulties in acquiring the raw materials to manufacture the Zeolite. So they should also work in collaboration.
Sure. I will take that. I was thinking, anyways, I was just trying to put together also a sourcing call soon, like as a repetitive conversation call, so that we can all just also sync up over there. So I'll just put this in mind, and I'll also get your folks to join in, and a few others that we're also in touch with if they can. So we'll work on that. Perfect. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to call it an evening from my end today. Thank you so much for joining. Love all the progress that's going on despite all the challenges that we're facing, but let's keep at it. I think it's a marathon than a sprint. So I think we're all in it for a little bit longer haul. So thank you so much, and see you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night.